Well, with that familiar theme song, ladies and gentlemen, we go out to the other coast, the west coast of the United States. We check. That's where they make the movies, by the way. And we check in with Michael Snyder, who doesn't make them. He just watches them and then tells you all about them. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Alex, and hello, listeners. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. We've got some new movies. Let's zip right through them. Lead actors Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are back for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which is the second installment in the trilogy, set roughly 3 decades after the first Jurassic Park movie, all inspired by Michael Crichton's novel about dinosaurs reborn via genetic superscience as theme park attractions. Now the island where the park was set up and abandoned after the previous movie is about to be destroyed by a no longer dormant volcano. So the question is asked, do we let nature take its course and kill off these once extinct creatures again, or do we go all PETA and science and save them, even though they're dangerous to humans and other comparatively tiny beasts of the land and sea? The elderly, super-rich, bedridden, but still living partner in the park, played by James Cromwell, wants to save the dinosaurs and put them in a closed-off animal preserve. So his oily assistant, played by British actor Rafe Spall, recruits ex-park administrator Claire, that's Bryce Dallas Howard, and ex-dino handler and raptor whisperer, that of course is Chris Pratt, and the idea is that they're going to help along the way here. Anyway, their romantic relationship fell apart not long after the events of Jurassic World, we learn, but they're back together. It's a recapitulation of the themes of all the previous Jurassic Park movies, including Jurassic World, rebirth of past wonder and unimaginable power, the attempt by mankind's hubris-charged alphas to wrangle and dominate that power, science gone too far, man versus nature. They're all wedded to bits of family tragedy, corporate corruption, the arms race in a terror-beset world, and kind of a haunted house movie because it's directed by J.A. Bayona, who did A Monster Calls and The Orphanage, and he's really good at horror and tension. So the set pieces here are fun and nerve-wracking, but the script in general and the dialogue in specific is all over the map and generally hackneyed. Setups and motivations go from like fuzzy and implausible to ridiculous, plus the romantic chemistry and screwball comedy banter between the leads is pretty weak, and their character traits are hazy, even if the actors remain likable. It's bargain matinee enjoyable on the whole, but not, shall we say, dynamite. By the way, Toby Jones, Ted Levine, Geraldine Chaplin, and hurrah! Jeff Goldblum are here. Goldblum reprising his role as Dr. Ian Malcolm from the very first Jurassic Park movie. Remember what he said, nature finds a way. I wish the studio found a way to make a truly great Jurassic movie. This is said to be the second part in a trilogy, so they're going to get their chance. You know, I'm really on the fence here. Damsel is a much more interesting film as far as I'm concerned. It's comic, it's violent, and it's unexpected in tonal shifts and character arcs. It's a quirky indie-style take on the Western, and maybe the quirkiest since The Hateful Eight, only it's less pretentious and overblown. Robert Pattinson and Mia Wasikowska play against type, or maybe they're just good actors. He's Samuel Alabaster, a well-to-do pioneer who arrives out west from St. Louis to reconnect with his lady love, Penelope. That, of course, is Wasikowska's character. Pattinson is unrecognizable when you consider him as the 2-bit New York City thief in Good Time, or especially the callow, vapid vampire hero of the Twilight movies. And Wasikowska may come off like the new Kirsten Dunst, but she is no longer Alice in Wonderland, which most people know her as or first saw her as. The movie is pretty damn cool, and it goes back and forth in terms of what is going to happen and what you think is going to happen. The Alabaster character hooks up with a drunken parson, who is played, by the way, by David Zellner, who co-directed and co-wrote this with his brother Nathan. They're talented. This was very, very cool. I recommend, and I recommend it to, I guess, anybody who likes Westerns. I recommend Damsel. And I think it's going to be probably available on streaming soon, but, you know, check it out in the theater if you have the inclination. Boundaries is a droll family dramedy showcasing Vera Farmiga as a grown daughter and Christopher Plummer as her unconventional, elderly, estranged father on a road trip together with Farmiga's pubescent son, who's got his own issues. It's a great showcase for the actors and a prickly but entertaining journey for all involved, even if it seems a little contrived at times. I mean, its greatest achievement might be making you care about really flawed, problematic people. And just as an added treat, you get a cool supporting cast, including Peter Fonda and Christopher Lloyd as old buddies of the Plummer character, and Bobby Cannavale as her ex-husband, and Kristen Schaal as her sister. I mean, it's pretty cool stuff, I thought. Not great, mind you, but again, worth video, and directed by and written by Shane Fest. We'll close out with a real surprise. The King is a thought-provoking, impressionistic, and unconventional mix of biography, American history lesson, social commentary, and political tract that basically tells the story of rock and roll singer, actor, and icon Elvis Presley, one of the most famous people in the modern world, through an odyssey by filmmaker Eugene Jarecki in Presley's Rolls-Royce, or a Rolls-Royce just like his. I'm not really sure whether it's his or not, but it seems to be his. Anyway, the trip traces the performer's life journey from Tupelo to Memphis to Nashville to New York City to Hollywood to Vegas, with a wide range of people, including celebrities, pundits, actors, singers, and ordinary folk getting into the roles. And this road trip goes on during the 2016 presidential campaign and into election. There's archival footage of significant Presley performances and newsreels, plus interview bits with authors and experts, including a friend of the Alex Bennett Show, Greil Marcus, members of Presley's band and entourage, a good cross-section of live music from some talented musicians, including some favorites of mine, Nicky Bloom and M. Ward. It's as much about the promise and the mirage of the American dream as it is about Presley. Compelling stuff, interesting ruminations about Presley and the country, given by the likes of Alec Baldwin, James Carville, Chuck D, Ethan Hawke, who is actually a co-producer here, Dan Rather, Van Jones, and Emmylou Harris. And the cinematography along the way is beautiful, whether it's the rural South, Beale Street, Hollywood, or the Painted Desert. It's unexpected, but really worth seeing. And again, probably dandy on the nice high-def screen at home. It's pretty cool. What are you watching, buddy?
Nothing in particular. You know, just the same old, same old. I have a couple of corrections for you. Number one, Greil Marcus, I think, only appeared on my show once.
Well, he listened a lot, and he was very vocal about it to me.
Yeah. Oh, very good. That's nice. It's nice to know. And the other thing is, Kirsten Dunst was in Alice in Wonderland?
No, I was referring to Mia Wasikowska.
Oh, okay.
I said that she's very much like Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. I wasn't listening carefully, but that's pretty much it. I don't have anything that's that I'm watching that's terrific. Finished up Picasso with Antonio Banderas, and it was, I thought, just terrific. You know. But tell them where they can find you, Michael.
Check in with me at Twitter at Culture Blaster, and on Facebook at Michael Snyder's Culture Blast page, and back here on GABNet next week with maybe more movie reviews.
Okay, well, I hope there'll be more movie reviews. That's the reason we call you. Anyway, that's it for this week with the movies. There's more GABNet coming right up if you choose to do so. I'm Alex Bennett. Stay where you are.